Hello everybody, I'm Simranjot Kaur and I'm just gonna talk about my personal reflection on inclusive pedagogy in early childhood education. So as an early childhood educator, I have came to understand that inclusive pedagogy represents more than simply acknowledging differences. It requires embedding respect for diversity into every aspect of educational practice. The early years learning framework emphasizes that children develop a sense of belonging when their diversity is represented and they feel welcomed and secure. This notion of belonging forms the cornerstone of my approach to inclusive practice. When reflecting on educating children about cultural diversity, I recognize that intentionality is really crucial. Research suggests that effective cultural teaching requires educators to move token deli- so move beyond tokenistic approaches to deliberately create learning experience that deepens children's cultural understanding. In my practice, this has meant cultural activity. This has meant critically examining whether cultural activities genuinely build meaningful connections or merely reinforce stereotype. I have observed that children form attitude about different form from like different attitudes about differences and cultures from a very young age. Studies indicate that children as young as 3 years notice physical and cultural difference and may begin to develop prejudice. This reality emphasizes a responsibility to intentionality foster positive attitudes toward diversity rather than taking a colorblind approach that ignores differences. I found success in explicitly celebrating diversity through truthfully selected materials, stories that reflect multiple perspectives, and interactions that respectfully acknowledge differences. Um, Engaging with families has proven essential in the journey. The EYLF highlights that partnerships with families contributing to build a strong, inclusive community within the service. I've learned that authentic family partnerships required humanity, recognizing that families are expert in their own way, like in their own cultures and experience. By creating spaces for families to share their cultural knowledge, we enrich our entire learning experience and community. Addressing prejudice requires both responsiveness and proactivity. Current research suggests that educators must be prepared to address biased comments or behaviors immediately while also implementing ongoing strategies to build inclusive values. I found that using children's literature featuring diverse characters provides natural opportunities to discuss fairness and respect, while social dramatic play allows children to explore different perspectives. The most challenging aspect of inclusive practice, in my experience, has been confronting my own bias and cultural assumption. Educational literature emphasizes that culturally responsive teachers begin with self reflection. Um, this ongoing process of self examination has sometimes been uncomfortable, but deepened my practice immeasurably. Sorry. Looking forward, I aim to strengthen my approach by developing what is termed conceptual reciprocity, creating genuine exchanges of cultural knowledge rather than simply presenting cultural information. This requires moving beyond surface level celebrations to foster deep and reciprocal relationships with children, families, and communities. In conclusion, inclusive pedagogy requires intentionally self reflection and genuine partnership. When implemented thoughtfully, these practices create early childhood environment a very good place where every children is truly belonging, being, and becoming. Thank you.